I hear more people, and I see more people. All right, hello, Shana Tova. There we go. It's not quite 6 o'clock. That's true. Hey Lee, will you watch on the streaming to make sure the guitar isn't too loud? Last time I played, I was by myself, and it was like very. You'll listen on the thing. Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone. Chag Sameach. Yes, we got. The other one just is over the years got ruined and harder and harder to put up. It was a kit, extremely easy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Nice. They made their own kit. That's good. We'll take that. Yeah, that's great. All right, we'll start in just a moment. This is probably the smallest shabbat we've ever had here. We do have Angelo also. We got keys.
Small and mighty.
Yeah, small but mighty.
The shortest too.
Definitely the shortest.
We are very short. I don't think anyone who does shabbat is very
short.
Mark's a little tall.
Maybe for
But not spiritually, Gail. Spiritually, we're giants.
Oh my God,
True.
we're deep.
Yeah.
How tall is Mark, do you think?
6'2", 6'3".
Five,
No, I have no idea.
He's like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah. I'm 5'6", and maybe 5'6" and a half on a good day. So he's probably 5'7". I don't know. He's definitely taller than I am.
I would guess that.
Hey, Jake. You remember
Nick is
during the
5'11",
service?
just so everyone knows.
You have 1 minute.
5'10".
Nick is 5'10".
Hey, Asher and Noah. I want to remind you one time before we start.
You're below?
Thank you, Noah.
I'm 5'10". I say 5'10". Angela's probably a little bit taller with your
Yeah,
hair.
how tall are you?
5'10",
All right.
That's respectable.
5'11",
Or 12.
It counts. That counts.
5'12", yeah.
All right.
Yes, I hear it. Not that it matters, but yeah.
Sounds
Different
good.
song.
All right.
No.
Cool.
So great.
We are both.
No. Is it?
Well, I think we are streaming.
Instead of a cyanide. I don't think either of us have music for Hine Matov.
What's that?
I don't think either of us have music for Hine Matov.
All right, we'll just sing it. It's all good.
It's in the. I think it's in the prayer.
It's on page 70, I believe, if you want a page number. All right.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's
Just-
impressive.
What's that?
But you knew
Wow,
what page
good for
it was
you.
on.
You knew what page it was
You
on.
know.
Wow.
It's really impressive.
I'm going to do the service with no music. Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat
Look at these people who didn't get too much Judaism last week and are back for more. Let's sing together Hine Matov as we welcome Shabbat and celebrate these intermediate days of Sukkot. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam Let's keep on singing Hodu Ladonai Ki Tov. I spoke during the holidays about finding awe, finding moments of gratitude in every day, and Hodu Ladonai helps focus us to do just that. Hodu is we give thanks to you, God, for all the goodness that surrounds us. So let's join together in singing. Hopefully this isn't the key that Angelo is expecting. We'll find out. Hodu Ladonai. Mark is sick, by the way. Mark, Misha Barach for you. If you're watching. Hodu Ladonai Ki Tov Ki Le'olam Chasto Ki Le'olam Chasto Yomar Na Yomar Na Yomar Na Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
I am trying to play two roles this evening, so we'll see how this goes. But glad to have everyone here. Hello, Lusignolos. Shabbat Shalom. I will never forget years ago when our kids were really little. After our annual TBS Sukkot party, we were hanging out at the house, spending some time in the sukkah with Sammy and Jake. Asher, Noah, you guys were just babies at the time. And the kids were finishing up doing some decorating and looked up at the colorful lights and told me that what they had been doing during the Sukkot party. While recounting the events of that evening, Jake proudly told me that he had shaken the lulav and the hedgehog. It took me a moment to realize what he was actually talking about, that no, Jake had not shaken a small mammal during the Sukkot party, but it was, of course, the lulav and the etrog. That made much more sense. I wrote that down and still am thinking about it today. I've always loved Sukkot, especially after the craziness of the High Holy Day season. Sukkot is a holiday where we are instructed to spend a week outside, sheltered by a temporary structure, not unlike what the Israelites must have done in the wilderness. This holiday has a Hebrew nickname. It's called Zman Simchatenu, which is our time for rejoicing, our time for happiness. This is our time to rejoice. It's our time to celebrate. Yom Kippur, our Day of Atonement that we had last week, that's a day where we spend the entire day reflecting on our lives and our fragility. Like the walls of our sukkah, which by Jewish law must be temporary, they must be fragile. And then out of the depths and out of our sorrow, out of that the fragility and solemnity, we are encouraged to celebrate the gift of life that we have been given again, and we dwell in the fragile walls of our sukkah, not despite its walls being fragile, but rather because of that. We exclaim that it's because of the very fragility of our human lives that we celebrate each day, that we celebrate it in joy and gladness, and that is why Sukkot, I think, in part, is such an important holiday. It instructs us to rejoice with family and friends, to spend some time outside, And it reminds us that stuff is the least of our importance. On Yom Kippur, we fast, we deny ourselves food and solemnity, but on Sukkot, we do just the opposite. We rejoice in all of the goodness in our lives. So during this holiday, we have an important lesson to learn, and that is, let us take a moment to slow down, to rejoice with those whom we love. Maybe our temple community, you can, tonight we'll go in the sukkah and shake the lulav and etrog in just a few minutes. Everybody can rejoice. We'll focus on gratitude. Maybe we can find something that will radically amaze us. We're going to acknowledge that sometimes in the pace of our daily lives, it's difficult to see the blessings around us. May Sukkot help us find these blessings during each of these days. We'll increase these blessings by lighting the Shabbat candle this evening. Do we have any adults who want to light the Shabbat candles? Any takers? A lot of people. Okay. Vicky, your hand is up. Thank you for that. You are not yet an adult. You are not a roach, though, no. Okay, sit down. Bar Labs, please be seated. That would be helpful, right? Right. Let's get you one that actually works. We are really a big mess tonight. Okay. Here we go. Just to squeeze the trigger really hard on that. Perfect. You're 2 for 2, Vicky. Baruch atah fun. Eloheinu haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu b'hareinu shel Shabbat. Beautifully done. Thank you, guys. I loved hearing those voices. Thank you. Thank you for that. Let's take a moment and see if we can maybe take a deep breath. I'm going to see if I can dim our lights for a moment, and we can just focus on the light of the Shabbat candles. And maybe it's been a long week for you. Maybe it's been a week with some stress. Perhaps we can just release some of that and welcome some calm of Shabbat. Lecha dodi li rat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi li rat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shama entrance to the room as we welcome the Shabbat bride. Maybe that's Bobby. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzolam, tok emunei al segula, boi hala, boi Lecha dodi ligra kala yala la yala la yala la b'nei Shabbat mekamela. Lecha dodi ligra kala yala la yala la yala la b'nei Shabbat mekamela. Yala la yala la 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 yala la la. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. We're going to stay standing as we turn to the Baruch Hu. Anybody wants to come on the bima to help do the dancing? Anybody? Yes, Jake, Jonah, thank you. There we go. Yes, all right. Nice. Jake, here we go. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la. Face the ark. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Le'olam Va'ed. Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la. Thank you, guys. You can go back to your seats, although we're gonna, oh, you even got applause from Nick over there. We're going to join together in singing Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai all your soul and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you rise up, and when you lie down, and when you lie down, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorpost of your house and upon your gate, upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God. So in just a moment, we're going to sing the Micha Mocha prayer. We're doing Debbie Friedman's version, by the way, Shaband. But in just a moment, we're going to be doing that. But I want to mention something that's really important. During this holiday of Sukkot, there's this really cool mystical idea that we have these people called ushpizin, which are guests that we invite into our sukkah. But the idea is that we can invite guests from throughout time and space. Now, classically, the ushpizin in our literature are our forefathers and foremothers. But the idea is even bigger than that, and the idea is if you could invite any person from throughout space and time to be in your sukkah with you, I'd like to ask, like, who would you want to invite? Who do you want to? Is it somebody personal, like a family member who's no longer around, or maybe it's a famous person? I've got a microphone, and I think that might be a fun thing rather than Malchut at this moment. Let me just ask if anybody has someone who they would invite to their sukkah. Okay.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis, that's a good one. You got to invite Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's great. Anybody? Natalie, I see you've got one in the back. Who would you invite from throughout all space and time?
I'm going to choose Winona Ryder this year. Yeah. I love her.
Okay, all right. Winona Ryder it is. Livy, who are you going to invite?
My great-grandma.
Oh, love it.
My Papa Bobby.
Oh, love it. Those are so nice.
I would invite my Uncle Dave, who died in the Vietnam War, and I never got to meet him.
That's very cool. That's cool that you would invite him. That's great. Yes, Vicky.
I have two, Barbara Streisand and Kamala Harris.
Nice. They could work together also. Great.
Taylor Swift.
Swift. Yes, also.
Well, my family is doing Kamala Harris.
Okay, all right. What's that? I didn't hear what you said. You said Papa Nissan? Okay, all right. Anybody else want to say who they would invite?
Have
Henrietta's old.
My cousins and my aunt and uncle.
Ruth Handler, who I honestly like because she's the owner of Barbie. No, true.
All right, Libby, one more. Can you say what about? Jiminy Cricket. Okay. I guess fictional characters work too. Abby, you got one? Oh, Mimi, that's very nice. That is lovely. Anybody else have an Ushpiz who they would
I think I do. RBG.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pick her brain.
Another solid character. Yeah, Asher, who would you bring? Okay. All right. Well then, let's join together in singing Micha Mocha. And when we're in the Sukkah, perhaps we can envision these guests as having been there. All right. We'll see if this is in the right key. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 mi khamo kavai mi madonna mi khamo khadesh makodesh ratehi lo sefer ratehi lo sefer Join together in singing Hashkivenu as we act as this shelter of peace, this Sukkot of Shalom for each other. And we will be in the actual Sukkah, which is, God willing, a Sukkah of Shalom, a shelter of peace. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Hamidenu Shomrenu L'chaim. Spread the shelter. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom. Hamidenu Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם.
Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam.
Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת
Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש.
Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. You can find the Amidah beginning with the Adonai Sifatai on page 46, and we will invite, if you are able, to please rise as we do these prayers together. Ya la 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 la, 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 Adonai Sifatai Tifta. Ufi Agid Tehilatecha Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanara El Elyon Gomel ילדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר השדה אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדום מלך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה נאמן אתה חיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוsh. Amen. I'll invite you to be seated if you'd like and take a few moments in some private prayer or meditation using either the words in your Siddur or whatever words are in your heart on this Erev Shabbat. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. I learned a couple of years ago about the redwood trees of California. The huge redwood trees are considered to be the largest things on the earth, the tallest trees in the world. Some of them, as we know, are up to 300 feet high and over 2,500 years old. One would think that the trees are so large that they would have a tremendous root system reaching down hundreds of feet into the earth. But the redwoods actually have a very shallow system of roots. They don't reach down many feet into the earth at all. Rather, they intertwine their roots with those of other redwood trees and instantly support one another. When giant storms come through and the winds blow, the trees literally interlock together and save each other from the wind gusts below. They protect each other. And in that way, the trees that are hundreds of years old, they actually care for each other, if you can believe that. During Sukkot, we are instructed to be celebratory. The holiday, as I mentioned, is called Zman Simchatenu, our time for rejoicing. And why is that holiday so joyous? It's because we are supposed to focus on that fragility. And we all are feeling very fragile, I think, in this past year and some change. But life gives us the opportunity to see that fragility and celebrate the fact that we are still here. Our community still exists today. Judaism persists because we have interlocked our roots for so many generations. We take care of each other, we check in on each other, we support one another. So our people may not be a tall people, we may not be redwood height, but we are the spiritual height of redwoods, and we share their spirit in this community. In that capacity, we're going to turn to our Misha Berach Lecholim, our prayer for those who are in need of healing, and there are a lot of folks on our list this evening. I'm going to read the list, and then if you have names to add here in the congregation, I'll invite you to do that. I have too many things going on to be able to be looking on Facebook, so put the name out there in the universe of your loved one if you're watching at home, and we will think about them as well. On this Shabbat, we are thinking of healing of Rabbi Jonathan Adler, Nancy Ashley, Sarah Bates, Charlie Bauer, Margie Block, Ron Bragg, and Marge Serrani. We're thinking of Ann Clark, Keith Clark, Bruce Cohn, Ella Dubrow, Sam Edelman, Larry Eisenman, Carrie Eschler, Babette Feibel, Marilyn Friedman, Hannah Golan, Alan Goldberg, Yossi Golden, Marcia Gordon, Colleen Griffith-Regal, Gordon Hecker, Jessica Heffley, Lev Heschel, Ben Batami Yaakov, Karen Carlsberger, Beth Jasalowitz, Dan Lang, Minna Melton, Phyllis Miles, David Paragas, Lisa Pena, and Jeremy Phelan, Ian Phillips, Rashi Pristowski, Jessica Rathkoff, Brenda Rind, Willow Rorbaugh, Sandy Rosenthal, Bill Rosenberg. We're thinking of Steve Rubenstein, Rolf Sauer, Jerry Young, and Ozzie Zimmer. Are there other names of folks who we are thinking of for healing? Anyone have names? Carol Dotson, Debbie Loeb, and Sue Siegel. Thank you for that. Thank you. Any other names?
Elliot Rose.
Thank you. On their behalf and on behalf of all of those who have no one to say Emisha Berach for their healing, we will send a lot of love into the atmosphere. We'll send our prayers, we'll send our support, and we'll send our prayer. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find We'll turn to our concluding blessings, starting with Aleinu. You can find that on page 282 or 287, and we'll invite you, if you're able, to please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'take gedula le'oser bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kehol hamonam. Va'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamachim hakadosh baruch hu bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We turn to our mourners' Kaddish, our prayer for those whom have departed this earth. We are thinking this week of Alan Kaplan, who has recently been taken from our midst, for whom we are in Shloshim. We are remembering also that this is day 379 in the War of Israel. God willing, we are close to a turning point. And we're thinking of those who were killed this week in Israel. Rabbi Sergeant Yehuda Dror Yaholam. We're thinking of First Sergeant Yaakov Hillel, First Sergeant Elishav Eitan Weidner, thinking of Captain Eldad Siman Tov, and Major Ofek Bachar. We remember those who died at this season in years past, and we take them into our hearts with our own. We're remembering this Shabbat, Dawn Booker, Arlene Feicht, Hortense Marks Green, William A. Hirsch, Susan Jones, Dr. Carl Benjamin Claudel, Jim Lusignolo, Richard Meltzer, Laura Miller, Otto F. Neubauer, Robert Oppenheimer, Gertrude Rocker, Bob Schulte, Sidney Schumann, Al Steinberg, Philip Tannenbaum, Joseph Turner, and Vivian Yasowitz. I ask, are there other names of folks who we are remembering on this Shabbat? Yeah. Thank you. Any others? We pray that their memories continue to be a blessing, as I know they are every single day. We'll join together in our Kaddish prayer. You can find that on page 294 or up here on the screen. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyamechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'yizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudasham b'richu. Le'ela minko birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God, who sends strength and comfort to those who need it most, send healing and love to all those who are in need. And together we say, Amen. You may be seated. And some upcoming announcements from Bobby. All right. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please join us in the sukkah on the patio after services for Oneg.
People can go right down the steps here.
Yeah.
You can go out this way and go down if you'd like. I'm going to run down and grab the lulavs and etrog, which I'm assuming aren't out there yet. I'm going to run down and grab those and a little sheet, and then anybody who wants to do the mitzvah of dwelling and then shaking the lulav and etrog can do that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rabbi. Lots of fun stuff on tap for Sunday. We will start with talk time at religious school at 9:30. And at 5 p.m. is our annual Sukkot party at the Barlevs. Shake the lulav and schmooze with friends while enjoying hamburgers, hot dogs, and veggie burgers. If you're planning on coming, please bring a nut-free side dish or dessert to share potluck style. Join us back in the sanctuary next Friday for Simchat Torah. We will meet in the round and have our Torahs all spread out and learn a lot from our rabbis and also dance to some klezmer music. Lastly, if you brought a donation to the Sukkot, C-O-A-T, drive, please add it to the rack downstairs. As always, please visit ShowCloud, check out the weekly window, or be in touch with Becca or I for any questions. With that, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you for making TBS your Jewish home. Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom. And from now on, if you inadvertently leave your coat here, it gets donated, so either way, we're good. So we'll go down right after this, and I will run down and grab our lulavs and etrogs and the sheet, and then that'll be great. Hopefully, I think there's some heaters out there in case it gets a little cool, even though we're not going to be out there for very long. So we're going to sing O Javo Shalom Aleinu. May this world maybe one day have peace. May peace be for us, for Israel, for the world, and can we work together to make that happen? Is the key of D okay for you, Ange? Great. O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam. Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, O Javo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. For Kiddush and Motzi, Natalie. Ira, you want to come up? Come on, almost Rabbi. Let's do a quick Kiddush and Motzi, and then we will go down to the Sukkah. Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Right. You gotta follow. You gotta take some. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Shabbat Shalom.
That challah has now been completely saturated.